Hi friends, good morning. In previous class we have seen how to run ads using Facebook. We have gone to Facebook Ads Manager and we have run ads using Facebook also. So in today's class we are going to see how to track events and conversions that happen on our website and also how to retarget people. Okay, we can do all these things, okay, with help of Facebook Pixel. If we place this Facebook Pixel code in our website, we can track all these things. We can track events, we can track conversions, and we can also retarget people with Facebook ads. So, what is this Facebook Pixel? Okay, Facebook Pixel is an analytics tool. Okay, it consists of code and we have to put that code in our website. So, if you put that code in our website, it collects all the data. Okay, it this data helps us to track our website visitors and it also helps us to remarket people. We can also track conversions that are happening through Facebook ads. Okay, these are the various uses of adding Facebook pixel to our website. And based on this data and all, we can decide whom to target and all. If we are running ads again, so we can target people based on the data we got through this Facebook pixel code. Okay, so in order to place this Facebook pixel code and all, okay, you must have a Facebook business page and also you must have a Facebook ads manager account. So yesterday we have seen all these things. We have created a Facebook business page and also we have a ads manager account, Facebook ads manager account, so that then only we can run our ads in Facebook, right? So we have these two things. Now let's go and see how to create a Facebook pixel code and how to place it in our website and all, right? So go to your Facebook, then go to ads manager, okay, facebook.com/ads manager. Right, once you go to your ads manager, please go to business tools. These are various tools here. It will be present. Okay, here go to event manager. Okay, go to event manager. So if you don't find events manager here, okay, you can also go to here. Okay, you can scroll down a bit. Here also you can see events manager option. Please click on that thing. Right. Now we have to create a pixel now. We can either click on connect to a data source or else you can simply click here, connect data sources like such. You can also click here. So now, so if you have a website and if you want to connect your website with this Facebook and all, okay, if you want to place Facebook pixel code in your website, then you can choose this web option. Otherwise, if you want to collect the data from your app, then you can place your Facebook pixel code in your app. So I'm having a website, so I want to know what all things are happening on my website, what events are happening on my website and what conversions are happening and all. So I'll choose my website. Now click on get started. So I want to place this Facebook pixel code. Okay, so see, send web events and parameters to the web browsers that your customers use when interacting with your website. So it will collect all the data when users are interacting with my website. Click on Facebook pixel, click on connect. So you have to name your pixel, give it a name. So I'm giving it as some green revolution something, or else I'll give it as some digi. Okay. Now, give your website URL also. In which website you'll be placing your code, please give that website URL. So, I'll copy my website URL. So, and paste it here. Click on continue. So, that's it. You have created a pixel. Now the thing left is we have to place this pixel code in our website. So in order to install pixel code in our website, there are two methods. So first method is we can manually add pixel code to our website, and in second method you can go for partner integration. I'll show you both these methods so that you can get an idea. So let's click on install code manually. Now copy this code. So it is saying to paste this code in the header section of your website, right? So base code and the event code, it seems it's okay. So I have copied the code. Click on continue. So automatic advanced matching. Okay. Let's go to my website and paste this code. After that, I'll explain what is this thing. So log into your WordPress account. Then paste this pixel code in the header section of your website. So you can either go to appearance, theme editor, and then go to header and paste this code in the coding area of your website. If you are not that familiar with coding, then you can go for a plugin called insert headers and footers. Settings, insert headers and footers, then place this pixel code in the header section of your website, right? Now click on save. Okay, that's it. The thing called saved, the Facebook pixel code is placed on your website successfully. So now what is this advanced matching? Let's say that some customers came to your website. They filled your sign up form like such. They gave their details like their phone number, email ID like such. So that you'll be having some customer details with you. So if you want to target those people also, okay, then you can give those details to this Facebook. So see, so this Facebook matches that particular customer information, okay, which they have provided to your business, so that they matches such information like phone number and email numbers and all, they'll match with the people present in the Facebook, and they will show ads to them also. So to match your website visitors to people who are on Facebook. So they will match the details of your website visitors as well as the people present on Facebook. So that if the details match, you can show ads to them also. So turn on this automatic advanced matching. So what all you want to see, you can choose. Okay, what all things you want to match, you can choose. So you can also on or off it, enable or disable this thing. Okay, so sorry, I couldn't scroll down here. So it's his date of birth, phone number, first name, and something. Okay, you can enable or disable all this customer information. Okay, click on continue. Right. So you can also set up event tracking here itself. Okay, or else you can set it up later also. So let me show the second method also. So if you go for a partner integration, if you choose this partner integration, now we may be developing our site with the help of various partners. So I developed my site with the help of WordPress. Some may use Shopify, okay, like that. So choose your partner, with which partner have developed your website and all. You can also choose Google Tag Manager. Okay, so you can also place your code in Google Tag Manager so that you can manage all the codes at one place. So we'll discuss about this tag manager and all later in detail. So I'll choose WordPress. So here it is, and then you can choose advanced matching. Okay, I'll click on continue. So now here they'll be giving some instructions, so you have to follow it. So we have to download this zip file and we have to upload this zip file to our WordPress. So download this zip file. After you download it, click on continue. So now it will show you what all things you have to do. This is the file that got downloaded. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to go to plugins, add new, and then I have to upload this thing, upload this file in the plugins area. Right, go to your WordPress, go to plugins and then add new. Click on upload plugin. Now I have to upload the file I got. Downloads and then Facebook pixel. Right. So two times it got downloaded or what? It's okay. So click on install and up and activate it. After it installs, please activate it. So yes, I have installed it. Install now. Continue. So now activate the plugin. Yes. So now it will show you up like this once I activate it seems. It is still installing. Activate the plugin. So once you activate it, you can see it in settings. Okay, in settings you can see Facebook Pixel. Okay, Facebook Pixel like this. If you click on this, you'll be shown with an ID also. Pixel ID also you can see. Okay, so as it's done, save changes. Now I'll go on. Click on continue. Pixel ID is 81270 something. So it is same here, right? The Pixel got installed perfectly. Okay, so now we can also verify whether a pixel is working or not, right? So we have to give your website URL here. So I'll give my website URL. Click on send test traffic. Now it will test whether the pixel code placed in your website is working perfectly or not, right? So if it shows active, then it is working. So if it doesn't change the status to active, okay, then make sure that you followed the previous instructions correctly. So make sure your previous steps are taken correctly. If not, recheck them. Right. Click on continue. So remember that don't place code as well as partner integration. Choose only one thing. Okay. So let me go back and remove the code I have placed. So I'm okay with partner integration. Don't use both. Don't go with both. Go to settings, insert headers and footers, and I'll remove that thing. In order to become active, this pixel code may take some time, like a minute or two. Right, I saved the changes. So let me check once. So it is not sending any traffic. Wait for a minute. This is how we can place the Facebook pixel code in our website. Right, now we have placed Facebook pixel code successfully in our website. So let's go for event tracking. So what is this event tracking? So event tracking is nothing but tracking specific actions that are occurring in our website. Like it may be a button click, playing a video, page view, searching for something. It may be anything. Okay, so if people go to your website, they'll be performing some events in your website. As I said just now, so they may be perform some actions on your website. So we can track all these events. They may be a button click, they may be searching for something, so, or they may be it may be a specific page view, it may be playing a video. Okay, we can track all these specific actions, okay, that are performed on our website. So let's set up this event tracking now. So go to test events and now click on enter website URL and give your website URL and then open website, right? So if you come back and see here, see page view, action has occurred. It is known as page view. So let me fix this thing. So I think the pixel code might be active by now. So if you see the setup is complete, you verify that your pixel is working correctly as it is active. So yes, setup complete. Yes, events are getting recorded. So let us go for event tracking. Yes, add events from the pixel. Okay, event, open event setup tool. Now give your website URL. Go for open website. So now we can define what all events we want to track on this site and all. So you can see Facebook event setup tool here. Now Okay, we can track what all things are happening on your website and all. Okay, if you want to track any button clicks and all, we can do that. Okay, if you want to track whether people have gone to that specific URL or not, then also you can track those things. So let me click on track new button. So now it is showing me what all buttons are clickable on my website. So just click on highlighted button to set up your event. So if you want to know uh, whom clicked, okay, how many people has clicked on contact us, you can choose this button. So you can also select an event, what kind of event it is. So it is like a contact thing. Okay, confirm. So you can set up these things. So from now we can know what all how many people have clicked on this particular button and all. So we can add multiple events like such. So I want to know the people who clicked on search. Okay, so search, yes. So it is asking you whether it includes any value or like such. Okay, you will get any kind of income from it or like such. So I don't include any kind of value. Confirm. So like that, you can add cart page, you can add shopping page and all. So you can add multiple things. So I also want to track people who clicked on this particular button. So you can also mention it as a page view, like such view content. Okay, no value. So confirm. So like this, you can track how many people clicked on all these buttons and all. So in the same way, you can also track how many people visited a specific URL or specific page on your website also. Track URL. So you can choose if the URL equals or URL contains. URL equals means, so if you choose this thing, so you can track how many people have gone to this specific page or particular URL. So the URL contains means the URL must contain this particular term. Okay, so you can track how many people have gone to that particular URL which contains this particular term like such. Okay, so I'll choose the event like mm, so start trial view content. Okay, right. So if I let me go to some other page also. So I'll also go for thank you page. Okay, if your website has a thank you page, I'll also track that event. Okay, which means how many people have gone to thank you page. If people have gone to thank you page, which means they have made a conversion. Okay, so after they sign up a form or after they purchase anything, then only they can move to a thank you page, right? So also track your thank you page, how many people have gone to thank you page like that. Please track those things also so that you can know how many people gone to thank you page, how many people have got converted and all, you can get to know, right? So I'm giving contact as URL. I don't have a thank you page in this particular page. Okay, in this particular website. So track URL, right? I'll choose it as a contact. Confirm. Like this, you can define what all events you want to track on your website. After choosing all these things, click on finish setup. Okay, finish. You can also give a review, it seems. Right, done. So, test events. Once the events occur, once what all events you have decided occurs, you can see all of those events under this test events. Okay, this is how we can set up event tracking on our website. So if you see here, just now I have gone to contact us page. Okay, just now I have gone to contact us page of my website. So it has recorded. See, event setup tool has recorded all these things. Page view, it is considered as a page view as well as a event also. Okay, because I chose it as a button also. Okay, if someone clicks on this particular contact button, please notify me, means please track it. I said it, as well as I also consider it as a page view. Whoever gone to contact us page, consider it like that. The events are getting tracked. Okay, done. This is how we can set up a event tracking on our website. So now let's go for conversion tracking. Okay, you people know about conversion tracking. Okay, conversion means, so if people performs any kind of valuable action on your website, then it is known as a conversion. That valuable action may be signing up a form, downloading a brochure, calling to your business, it may be purchasing a product, whatever it may be. Okay, it is based on your business you run. Okay, so we can also track those conversions with the help of Facebook Pixel, right? So let's see how we can do that and all. So let's see how to track what conversions have happened in my website and all. If you have run some FB ads, so you can know how many people got converted through those FB ads. So in order to track conversions, okay, you must have placed Facebook pixel code on our website, in your website. Okay, it is compulsory, right? So click on custom conversions. You have an option here, click on it. Click on create custom conversion. So give a name to the custom conversion. So I'm giving some name, and you can also give a description. It's for your reference and it is optional. So data source, it is taking the data source. This is pixel. Okay, so conversion event. So what is this conversion event? Right, all URL traffic. Okay, whoever goes to your website, all those things will be tracked and all. So now we have to set up some rules. Okay, so which actions to be considered as a conversion? Right, so if the URL equals, okay, I want to consider it as a conversion. Okay, when people goes to a specific page called thank you page. Okay, so as I said just now, so people cannot go to thank you page directly. They must perform some valuable action, then only they can move to thank you page. So if they buy some product, then they can navigate to thank you page, or else if they sign up your form, then they can be navigated to thank you page. So having a thank you page is very important in order to track conversions. So if the URL equals slash thank you, okay, I'll give it new dot go explorer dot xyz slash thank you. Okay, if people go to this particular page, okay, then I'll consider it as a conversion. You can also enter a conversion value, means if the conversion generates some income, you can give that value here. Okay, so you can also hover here. So enter a monetary value for this conversion so that you can track your return on ad spend, which means, so if you spend 100 rupees on ads, then how much you got in return from those ads. Simple to similar to ROAS, return on ad spend. How much you spent on ads, and in return how much you got from those ads, how much you earned from those ads and all, we can know if you enter this monetary value, right? So click on create. So in this way, we can give multiple URLs to be tracked. Okay, so custom conversion is created. So if you have multiple pages or multiple URLs in your website where conversion can happen, so you can give all those URLs so that Facebook Pixel can track all those things, right? This is how we can set up conversion tracking in our website. So we can create multiple conversions, and also we can create multiple events also, so that we can track all them, right? So now let's go for retargeting or remarketing. Okay, let's think that some people have come to our website, and they have gone to our products page, they have seen some products, they have added those products to cart, but they haven't made a payment, or they haven't purchased our product. Then we can show our ads to them again and again, and we can impress them, and we can convert them. Okay, we can make them buy our product. So in order to do that, we have to go for retargeting or remarketing. Okay, so let's see how to do this retargeting or remarketing. Okay, so first thing, in order to do this retargeting or remarketing, we must have placed Facebook pixel code in our website, so that we can get all the info, who came to our website, who are our website visitors, what pages they have visited and all, we'll be getting some info. So based on that info, we have to create some audience. Okay, have to give a list of people, okay, list of people to Facebook to be target. Okay, so if we give that list of people to Facebook, then only it can show ads to the people present in that list, right? So let's go and set up this thing. So first go for campaign. So let's go back to ads manager, facebook.com/ads manager. We have to create a campaign. Right, it's loading. So now let's go and create a campaign. So whatever campaign objective it may be, you can choose. Okay. So I'm choosing traffic. So we know about all these things I have discussed while creating a Facebook ad. So I'll directly go for remarketing thing. So give a campaign name. Okay. You can also set up a bidding and all. It will be same again. Next, the difference comes in case of targeting. Okay, in case of targeting, while creating an ad, we'll go for either saved audience or we'll go for creating a new audience. Okay, so we'll be setting up some targeting. But here, in case of targeting, we only define to which people Facebook has to show our ads and all. I'm giving some name. While you are creating, give proper names. Right, you can set up all daily budget and all. You can also schedule a thing and all. So if you see here, create new audience and use saved audience. You know about these two things. Okay, you can create a new audience by choosing all targeting and all. So and if you save that audience, you can see it under this saved audiences. So if you save an audience, you can use those audience for other ad creations and all, for other ads also. When you are creating another ad, you can choose this saved audience as your targeting and all. So while creating a retargeting audience, we have to create a custom audience. Okay, we have to create a custom audience. So actually, you can see three types of Facebook audience. One is saved audience. So another one is custom audience. And the next one is lookalike audience. So you know about saved audience. As I said just now, we can save the audience and use it for another ad creations and all. Okay, so in case of custom audience, okay, so it is used for retargeting. Okay, you can target either website visitors or app visitors, or else we can only upload our audience from the database. Means you might have got their details when they have signed up your forms and all. You might have collected some people's details. If you want to target those people when they are spending their time on Facebook, you can also upload those audience list. Okay, so when coming to lookalike audience, okay, so these are the people that are similar to our existing audience. Let's think that you have targeted some audience before. Okay, these are the people that are similar to the your existing targeted audience. Okay, uh, you can also go for this and you can show ads for them also, so that you can create good brand awareness and all. Okay, let's go for custom audience. You can create custom audience by clicking here. Okay, custom audience or lookalike audience. So or else you can create here also. Right, here there is an option called create. Right, you can go and create custom audience here. So if you create here, you can directly choose here. So if you type here something, you will be shown what all audience are present. Okay, so let me create here. You can target all website visitors, means the people who all have visited your website, or else you can target people who have visited only specific pages in your website. Okay, you can also target people based on the time they spent on your website also. So you can also target them based on the events. You have created two kinds of events like contact and page view. Based on the events also you can target them. The people who have performed these specific events on your website, you can target them. Okay, so in the past 30 days, means from the past 30 days, Okay, you can target all those people who came to your website and all based on the conditions you choose. So you can also change these days to 15 like such. Okay, so the people who came to your website in the past 15 days, you'll be showing ads to them. So you can also add multiple conditions here. Okay, so I want to target people who have visited specific web pages of my site. Okay, so URL contains, doesn't contain, and equals. You can choose any of the option. If the URL contains this specific term, you can target them. Or else you can also choose if the URL doesn't contain this thing, you can target them. So and also you can add multiple rules and kind of thing. Okay, equals. So if the URL equals go explorer dot xyz, and so these two rules must be present. If you choose any here, if at least one rule matches, okay, then they'll be shown with the ads. If you choose all, then all the rules must match. Okay, people who must complete all of these actions, all the both the actions must be completed. What all rules you include, all of these things must be satisfied. So and if the URL doesn't contain go explorer dot xyz slash thank you. So I am choosing thank you page. Why means, okay, so I want to target people, okay, who have visited my website but who haven't gone to thank you page, which means they haven't performed any kind of conversion on my site. I want to show my ads to those kind of people. So who have gone to thank you page, then what is the reason behind showing them? They have already purchased my products or they have already signed up my form. Then there is no reason behind showing my ads to them. It's a waste of money like that. So I want to show my ads to people who have visited my website but who haven't gone to thank you page, which means who haven't performed any kind of conversion on my site. So you can also give multiple or conditions here, and conditions must be performed, or conditions are optional. Okay, so if you give an or condition, so people who have gone to goexplorer.xyz this specific page, or people who went to digital marketing page. Okay, anything, if at least one rule satisfies also, the condition works and the ads will be shown. So it's based on your thing. So you can also further narrow. Okay, by adding multiple rules you can narrow them, right? And name your audience, so retargeting audience. And you can also add a description, and it is optional. You can add up to 100 characters. Create an audience. Audience size might be too small, it's okay. Just now we have placed the pixel code and all, just now we have started tracking things, so it will be small, it's okay. So create audience. So right, audience has been created. Or you can also go and create a lookalike audience also. So in case of lookalike audience, get started. So here we can either add a customer list. Okay, you can also name your audience here. So create an audience from customer list. This is wrong, I think. Okay, let me go back and create here. We can go for lookalike audience also here. So lookalike audience means the audience that are similar to existing audience. So give a source. So from the pixel, okay, from this pixel it will collect the data, and it will only choose who are the related people to your ad and all. Okay, relevant people and all, right? Who are relevant to your audience and all, it will only choose. Select an event with value. So you can choose any value you want. Okay, in which countries you want to show the ad. You can also choose specific regions. So if you increase this, you are increasing the audience size and all. Okay, you are increasing the audience size if you increase this. Okay, so also the budget also increases as you increase the reach or the size of audience, your budget also will increase, right? So keep in mind when you are choosing the range and all. Create audience. Okay, so now source is too small, it seems. It's okay. So it must have at least 100 people in the same country. It's okay, right? So like this, you can create both the custom audience and also lookalike audience. So if you click here, you can see the audience, I think. Okay, so if you go for custom audience, so from where you want to choose the audience and all, you can give. Okay, if it is from website or app activity and all. Okay, you have given all these things just now. It's okay. So as we have placed our pixel code on our website, it is showing directly there. Okay, so if you see here, if you have placed your pixel code in your website, it collects all the visitor data from your website. If it is app, it collects all the audience data from your app, or the customer list. Customer list means you have to upload your details, your customer details and all, if you have any. So offline activity, you know about offline conversions. People may see your ad online, okay, but they may convert offline. Okay, so they may go to your offline shop, okay, shop or like such, and they can convert on offline. So you only have to give that data on that. Next thing is Facebook sources. Okay, you might have run some video ads like such. Okay, so people who have watched your video or interacted with those videos, you can choose them to show your ads. Lead form, if you have run any kind of lead form generation ads, so you might have got some details. So with the help of those details also, you can create an audience and you can target them. Instance experience, shopping ads. Okay, so people who have interacted with your shopping products and all. Instagram account, people who visited and interacted with your Instagram profile, you can target them. Events, okay, or the data you got through events and all, who have interacted with your events. So Facebook page, okay, people who came to your page, or who follow your page, who interacted with your page, all of them you can target. On Facebook listings, okay, who interacted on your Facebook listings from your catalog and all, you can choose them also. So go with the website and all. Now we have to give again all these things, all the details and all you have to fill as I shown just now. Okay. So as I created the audience just now, okay. So it is showing me here. Once you refresh the page, you can see retargeting audience here. Just now I've created it. So I'll choose this. So as you choose this audience, you are agreeing that your ads will be showing to that particular people present in those lists and all. So no need to choose targeting and all. The rest all remaining goes same. Okay, you can create your ad. So make sure that your ad looks creative. Okay, it should be attractive. Okay, give some offers and all so that you can grab people. You can grab them back to your website, and you have to make them purchase your product, or you have to make them perform a conversion on your website. So make sure that your ad is attractive. So that's about today's class.